Nitish ji remains committed. I can't work with a Tanasha or a dictator. Paltu Kumar of a cracked secular mirror.
Expressed in this blog are hosted on my own website, are strictly personal and do not reflect the views of any organization.
Namaskar, hello and welcome friends once again to Straight Bat, my weekly video blog where, as the title suggests, I comment with a straight bat. Now, if there was an award, an Olympic medal for political gymnastics, Nitish Kumar, the Bihar Chief Minister, would undoubtedly be in line for a gold medal, with the Andhra Pradesh Chief Minister Chandrababu Naidu possibly competing for a podium finish. You see, from being staunch adversaries of Narendra Modi to now faithful allies, the transformation politically in the two chief ministers is almost complete. The manner in which the Janata Dal United and the Telugu Desam have lined up behind the Waqf amendment bill in Parliament recently is only further evidence on how quickly the dice has turned in the last 10 months. Remember, 10 months ago, after the general election verdicts of June 2024 and a hung parliament was thrown up, both Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu had shown that they were ready to call the shots. Now, 10 months later, both of them have quietly accepted Prime Minister Modi and the BJP's dominant position. Let's talk about Nitish ji first, called by his critics as Paltu Kumar. Now, Nitish's switch is unarguably the most graphic example of what I call the de-ideologization of politics in the quest for personal survival. No vichardhara, no morality beyond personal political survival. Remember, it was the Bihar Chief Minister who had first raised the flag of revolt against Narendra Modi when Mr. Modi was first chosen as the BJP's prime ministerial face way back in 2013. Seems a long time ago, no, my friends? You see, withdrawing from the NDA, Nitish Kumar's aim then was to position himself as a secular champion against a communal force. This was seen as an apparent ideological and individual conflict between Nitish Kumar and Narendra Modi that had simmered from the 2002 Gujarat riots. You might recall that once Nitish Kumar did not even want to share a stage with Narendra Modi. When Mr. Modi refused to wear a skull cap during a Sadbhavna Yatra in Gujarat in 2013, Nitish Kumar was quick to strike back by claiming that in India, to run the country, you have to take everyone along. At times, you will have to wear a topi. At times, you will have to put on a tilak. Kabhi topi pehnni padti hai, kabhi tilak lagana padta, he had said. You see, this was Nitish Kumar's way of defining his version of soft political secularism and then contrasting it with the Modi brand of muscular Hindutva. All of this was 2013. 12 years later, my friends, it is apparent that in this battle of contrasts, there is only one winner. The same Nitish Kumar, who was being propped up as a challenger number one, was seen as the architect of an anti-BJP India alliance just 2 years ago, is today little more than a vassal in the Modi Darbar, a satrap at best. Truth is, and I want to say this very carefully, his declining personal health, a grim and sad reality that can no longer be hidden from the public gaze. An illness which really, according to me, should mean that Nitish Kumar should retire from politics. This illness has rendered him even more helpless to offer a semblance of a counter to the Modi juggernaut. Today, his supporters will still claim that Nitish ji remains committed to minority, to Muslim welfare. But somewhere this now appears increasingly like lip service being paid to a constituency that is slowly being marginalized across the country and even from the JDU's political playbook. For the BJP, my friends, Nitish Kumar today is little more than a useful mascot who is only needed to shore up a wider base ahead of the November Bihar elections. Post the elections, new alignments and fresh leadership possibilities are likely to emerge. And Nitish ji may well find himself left out. Let's turn to Chandrababu Naidu now, because he's a slightly more tricky case study. Mr. Naidu presides over a state where the BJP is not a major stakeholder, and he possesses the administrative acumen and political experience to remain in power in Andhra Pradesh without being dependent on the BJP's largesse. And yet, my friends, this is the same Chandrababu Naidu who had raged against Modi ji in the 2019 election campaign, even calling the Prime Minister a terrorist. Naidu's politics have always revolved around having a transactional relationship with the center. He was, after all, the prop who once held up both the United Front government and the Vajpayee led NDA in a previous coalition era. Now, as Chief Minister, Chandrababu Naidu is looking to strike a similar deal with the center, seeking maximum financial benefit for a cash-strapped Andhra Pradesh, while also standing firmly with the center on contentious legislation. In a sense, both Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu have made political survival an art form, one where all you need is a suitable elasticity in approach, flexibility raho, to ensure longevity in power. Their political choices place a troubling question mark over the secular communal divide that has underpinned contemporary politics and only exposes the underlying hypocrisies of a political system where conviction is replaced by the politics of convenience and opportunism. Their selective viewpoints now reaffirm a political truism that I keep referring to. Listen carefully. Where you stand on an issue depends on where you sit. One thing in the opposition, one thing in the ruling party. Sadly, in the process, secular constitutional values have been steadily hollowed out. Is a Nitish Kumar, for example, secular when he stands with the India alliance only yesterday? And does he turn communal now when he has switched to the BJP? Ditto the case with a Chandrababu Naidu. They are all using secularism to fit their political positions. What we are left therefore with is only different shades of opportunistic secular politics, all of whom are happy to make their peace with communalists of all kinds when required. The Congress perfected this art in the 1980s of running with the secular hare and hunting with the communal hound. One day bowing before Muslim communalists in the Shah Bano case, the next day cozying up to Hindutva flag bearers while opening the gates of the Babri Masjid. The socialists and the wider Janata Parivar was so driven by fierce anti-Congressism, they also played footloose with secular politics, aligning with the BJP when necessary to keep the Congress out. Regional parties like the Trinamool Congress and the DMK have also aligned with the BJP-led governments in the past, if only to share power at the center. Only the left parties, to be fair to them, have called out communal politics consistently, but the left has shrunk into political irrelevance and hence can scarcely challenge the dominant narratives of our times. Which, my friends, leaves a Modi-led BJP in a seemingly invincible position today. Think about this. A party without a single Muslim MP in the Lok Sabha can claim it is now a champion of reforming Islamic practices, claim that they are ending appeasement of Muslims, and claim that they are standing by the interests of poor Muslims, when all they are really doing is only consolidating a Hindutva majoritarian worldview that looks at all other religions, especially Islam, with suspicion and often pure and simple hatred. Those who might have challenged the BJP's dominance are either today too enfeebled and too compromised to mount a significant opposition. Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu supporters will claim that it is their leaders who pushed to ensure important amendments in the Waqf Act that address the concerns of those who feared that this bill was being bulldozed through. And yes, some reform was needed in the Waqf Act. but the fundamental constitutional issue of freedom of religion has also in the process been severely undermined by the manner in which this new law has been brought. What is left are the shattered pieces of a cracked secular mirror that maybe both Nitish Kumar and Chandrababu Naidu need to glance at occasionally. What they will find is a disfigured reflection of our politics, and it will remind them maybe of just how far they too have come in becoming enablers of discriminatory politics, where once they prided themselves on being principal defenders of the concept of equality of all faiths. I want to leave you today with a postscript, my friends. I was the first to interview Nitish Babu when he left the NDA in 2013. He called me to Patna and gave me a very long interview. During the interview, I asked him why had he decided to leave the NDA. His instant response was, I can't work with a Tanasha or a dictator, while referring to then leader Narendra Modi. I wonder, therefore, how the same Nitish Kumar would explain the rather pitiful situation he finds himself in. Times have changed, so do people. Think about it. That was the Straight Bat. Do, of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel for many more such videos. For now, stay well, stay safe. Jai Hind. Namaskar.